Hey, what's going on everyone? Ravi, Abuvala here, founder of scalingwithsystems.com, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I plan my schedule and do what's called time blocking to make sure I get everything done even when I feel overwhelmed. This question came from Kyle Rose from the inside of my free Facebook group, Scaling with Systems. A link to that is going to be in the description below in case you want me to shoot a video from a question that you asked and shout you out here. So how I structure my day is honestly the real reason why I've been able to scale multiple companies to 7 figures at the same time that I've been traveling the world and really doing whatever I want to do while making sure I get stuff done on time by the due date and with other team members. Now, whenever I say that I can work and travel and make money and all this kind of stuff, people instantly think it's a scam, but I'm going to tell you right now it's not a scam. I'm going to walk you through the idea of time blocking and chunking your time, as well as a little process of elimination so that you can achieve the exact same results. Now, in order to show you how I plan my schedule daily, I need you to understand 3 critical lessons about time management. The number 1 lesson when it comes to time management is less is more, okay? The less that I do inside of my company, the more impact that I have. The less I do across everything, the more impact that I have. I focus on doing 1 to 3 things every single day that's gonna move the needle for my company, and I focus on doing that stuff really well, and I either eliminate or delegate the rest of it. The second best lesson that I've learned when it comes to time management is the idea of how useless meetings are. Now, if you're a boss or an owner or you're an employee, you might follow 1 or 2 different sides of what I just said right there, but let me tell you, my life totally changed when I switched my meetings with my team members to only once a week on Monday. And remember, I run a team of 20 plus people. And as far as meetings with other people that want to talk with me, I only meet with them twice a week from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Monday and Thursday. And the third and final critical lesson when it comes to time management is batching your time. So you batch tasks into windows where you just do that one thing over and over and over again until that thing is completed. So you sit down and do that one thing until completion before you move on to the next thing, rather than picking up, doing a little bit of it here, then getting distracted, doing another task, then coming back to a little bit there. So let's go a little bit more in depth for my first lesson on how to manage your time effectively, which is less is more. In the crazy world we live in today, I feel like we're constantly reminded that we need to be doing this, we should be following that person, we should be buying this thing, we should have our schedule planned out like that, I should be doing this. It's just a constant barrage of information, the things that we should be doing or things that we're missing out on, which causes us to always feel in almost a scarcity mindset. If you read the autobiographies and listen to the interviews of some of the most successful people in the world, you'll hear they all say the exact same thing. The ability to eliminate stuff out of your life will have a direct correlation with how successful you will be. It's not the idea that you're supposed to be this yes man that says yes to every single opportunity that comes your way, but more realistically, it's actually saying no to opportunities, even if they seem like they're the most incredible thing you've ever heard of, or even if it seems like you're missing out on something amazing, so you can say yes to those 1 to 3 smaller things that you're consistently doing in order to actually get some results. That could be saying no to going out to parties. It could be saying no to going to family gatherings. It could be saying no to switching industries or switching your offer or switching your services or whatever else it is. It's just the idea of saying no to about 99% of the stuff that you're hit with or that goes through your brain every single day, so that 1% that you focus on saying yes to is the thing that delivers the most results. My to-do list every single day has literally maximum 1 to 3 things on it. Every single day, just 1 to 3 things. Across all of my companies and everything that I have going on, literally 1 to 3 things. And even then, when I wake up in the morning and I look at that to-do list, the first thing I ask myself is, if I didn't do this stuff today, what would happen in my personal life or my company life? And if it doesn't seem like the world's gonna blow up and it doesn't seem like I couldn't fix it with, let's say, $500, then I'll most likely put it off or just totally forget about it and don't have to worry about doing it. This allows me to spend time on what we talk about in Scaling with Systems on money generating activities. So things that are literally gonna make myself, my team members, my family millions of dollars, rather than getting bogged down on stuff like returning a movie that I need to return so I don't get hit with a $5 late fee. I know what you're thinking right now, Ravi, when was the last time you returned any movies? No, I haven't returned any movies. It's a figure of speech. Obviously, I use Netflix just like you guys, but just, go along with the movie so we can keep it up. Thanks. The second lesson on time management I want to share with you so you can plan your day effectively is the absolute uselessness of meetings. So I want to ask anybody that's watching the video, do you guys love meetings? Anybody raise your hand if you guys love meetings? Going to meetings, showing up to meetings, hosting meetings, you guys like it? In the back? No? Nobody likes meetings? So why are you guys doing it? I mean, are there really any of you sickos that are watching this video right now that goes, Ravi, I gotta tell you what, I love showing up every single morning and sitting down for 45 minutes to an hour and hearing 99% of the other people in my company talk about stuff that doesn't relate to me, that I can't put input on, that I have no direction on the output of it, and the whole time I'm still scrolling on my phone, going through TikTok and Instagram, just waiting for them to skip through me or ask me my questions so I can go back to scrolling on Instagram and TikTok. More often than not, meetings are a colossal waste of time. There's a great book called The One Thing by Gary Keller I recommend people check out. But essentially the idea behind it is while your team members and employees are in those meetings, let's say you're doing them daily or even worse, twice a day, they're not doing the things that they should be doing, the things that you paid them for in order to move the needle forward in your company. So if they're in the meeting, they're not doing the stuff that they should be doing to make your life easier, and that's why it seems like nothing ever gets done. Each one of my companies, and like I said, we employ over 20 people, has one meeting every single week at Monday at 11:30 a.m. PST. I have one meeting for each of my companies, and other than that, I don't have to talk to my team for the rest of the week, and I let them do what I pay them to do. I let them do what they're actually fantastic at, and it allows me to focus on the things that I need to do, allows them to focus on the things that they need to do, and we're not bogged down by switching and showing up to meetings and getting off meetings, etc., etc. Even the other meetings that I have to take, so for people that potentially want to JV partner with us, or people that I have to do any kind of other meeting outside of the meetings that I have with my team members, and I have a sales team as well, I only take those on Mondays and Thursdays, and only from 12 to 6, and even then, my friends, I will most likely send an email to those people in the morning and say, hey, look, my schedule's getting a little tight. What exactly did you want to talk about? Can you just put in this email below? And I'd probably say 7 times out of 10, they can tell me exactly what they wanted to talk about in the email. They have to be concise because it's written. I can make the response back and tell them what I think the next step should be. And then boom, I just saved myself 30 minutes to an hour of both their time and my time. Remember, less meetings means more money. Finally, my third tip for you to follow so that you can actually achieve effective days where you get everything done on your to-do list and it seems like finally you're getting on top of the pile that is your life, is something called time batching or time blocking. Do you ever hear somebody tell you, or maybe this is something that you say all the time, is like, oh, I work 14, 15, 16-hour days, and yet it doesn't ever really seem like they're doing anything or really getting anything done? So inside my coaching program, Scaling with Systems, one of the first things that we have people do is audit their time, where we make them set up a timer on their phone, and every hour they look back on what they were doing that past hour and write it down in a journal. And over a 2-week basis, we look back and see what they were doing that was actually moving the needle forward, and what they were doing that was actually a time filler, just a void, a distraction, or a procrastinator from doing the stuff that actually matters. And as you can probably guess it, more times than not, when somebody says they have no time, really they're spending most of their time scrolling on Facebook, scrolling on Instagram, checking email, talking at the water cooler, just walking around the office, and doing other tasks that are pretty much keeping them from doing the uncomfortable tasks, but the most important tasks that they need to do inside of their company. Some recent studies have shown that whenever you switch more than 3 times during a certain task between different activities, you can lose up to 80% of the time that you have to complete that activity or complete that task to the energy that's left switching back and forth between those 3 activities. That means that if you work 50 hours a week, 40 hours out of that 50-hour week is literally just spent switching in between tasks. And I promise you it happens more than you think. Right now, you're probably literally having this video play on your phone or on your computer while you look at your phone, or on your phone while you look at your computer. You're watching TV, somebody's talking to you, and you're really not consuming this content. And at the same time, you're also spending the mental energy switching between trying to listen to somebody and also trying to scroll on Instagram, and you're not really effectively getting anything done. I forgive you for doing that, by the way. The only thing that I ask for you to do so you can gain my real forgiveness back and I'll allow you back in my life is just like this video, hit the subscribe button down below, and turn on the bell notifications, and then I'll accept your apology. That's why whenever I work, I eliminate all of my distractions. I have no notifications turned on my computer, no notifications turned on my phone. I actually put my phone in a drawer outside of my room so I can totally focus on the task at hand. And that allows me to do what takes people 8 hours in a day to do. I can chunk that down to literally 20 to 30 minutes of real deep focused work, and then I can move on to the next thing. For example, every single morning I batch different activities that are really important for me as the CEO of my company. So writing email campaigns for my different companies' newsletters, checking our paid advertising campaigns to make sure that we're so profitable in all of those, checking my social media and responding back to messages that people are sending me or responding out to comments on YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. And each one of those activities really just takes me 10 to 15 minutes. I do that one thing, then I close that application out and I don't have to touch it for the rest of the day, knowing that it's totally done and I can move on to the next thing. So there you have it. 3 incredibly simple yet effective things that you can do every single day in order to boost your productivity, get more out of your time, and honestly make more money. So now that you've freed up your time and you have a little bit more time throughout the day, do you know what you should be spending that time doing? Do you know what you should actually be following or listening to or reading or spending the actually money-making activities? Do you know what those are involved in your company? Feel free to click the link in the description down below. I want to give you invite access to one of the courses that I created totally for free called the 3 Steps to Scale, where I walk you through the exact steps that I took in order to scale 2 companies to 7 figures in under 2 years. And I'll talk about that elimination part in there as well, about how getting your time back and how you need to focus on the money generating activities. But then I talk about 3 other parts in there that are absolutely essential for you to take that newfound time and turn that into money. Thanks so much, guys, for watching this video. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I go in every single day and respond back to everything. That's one of the batching activities that I do. Make sure you like this video as well. Share it with somebody else that needs to have more time today. They need to be more effective throughout the day. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.